Hey, what's up guys? It's RT again. I'm here to show more of my art and my drawings, talk about it for a little bit. Now I just start using Spiral Notebook. It's the cheapest. I use this Le Plume pen. It's kind of like one of them feather quill stuff. You can get cool tapered lines off of it when you draw with it and all that. You can go real fat and then you can go real, loose and all that stuff. Kind of, get implied lines and stuff. It's got that kind of tip. And then I use regular Sharpies, a fine tip Sharpie and then a Sharpie marker. That's all I use. And all I do now is just to get a clear, crisp type of feel for my work is I'll wind up scanning it, and then once I scan it, I'll just crop out all the blue lines, and it looks like I drew on Bristol board or some type of professional art paper. Again, if you want to see more of my stuff, you can hit me up on MySpace, and you do a people search for Child of Christ 79 at hotmail.com. And I'll be the only one that pops up there, and a lot of my sketches will come out. I probably got a little bit over 250 sketches. Again, this is just me doodling around. I play with a lot of gestural type stuff, just to get the feel of what I want to do. Again, it's not the best stuff, it's not the greatest, it's just a lot of experimental work. I'm always looking for different ideas on how to, draw a picture. Oh, this one's backwards. And this is some Star Trek stuff I was doing. This is Christopher Pike, one of the first guys on the Star Trek cast. Some Wolverine stuff. Then again, I take a lot of notes on how to, use step-by-step processes. Again, everything that I learned was off of books. How to draw comics the Marvel way, Bern Hogarth, George Bridgman, stuff like that. Here's some pics of the Hulk. Here's more stuff, some Star Trek stuff. Again, I got a lot of influences from Ramos. Just basically him. He's the guy that I really look up to be honest with you. And then again, I try to stay loose with my stuff, and then I go in a little darker. More stuff. Here's Spock. Got a little bit of Spidey up there. Upside down Incredible Hulk. Some Superman stuff. Some more of that. That's a lot of gestures, man. To me, gesture is like the best thing that you can do. I mean, obviously, I'm sure a lot of you guys have been through art classes and stuff, but it helps you lay out the composition, gives you your basic plan on what you want to do, and then you just knock it out from there instead of trying to draw piece by piece. The way I work is I always try to work big to small, kind of like a big fat lump of clay, and then I get my big lump of clay and I'll start working in the details. If I was a sculptor, just to use that as an example. There's just more stuff, Star Trek and Superman, just more doodling around, using different methods. I like using that how to draw comics the Marvel way style, but I found more when I gesture my stuff out, it comes out a lot looser. It gives me a better flexibility with characters and stuff like that. So here is just me messing around with gesture drawings. Got Doc Ock and Spidey, Venom, just a couple of test drawings that I use for gesture. I always try to keep the lines light, keep everything big. Again, you want to work big to small. That's the concept that I use, and it always works out for me. But hey, different stuff works for different folks. Here's some gestural stuff I did for the Hulk. Again, these are just my own studies because I just want to be good. Another Venom I did. This one took me about 15 minutes. All I did was just gesture them out, and I scribbled everything really quick just to get the basic idea. And then once I do that, I go in and I line everything out. And then once I line everything out, I use tapered lines, thick to thin, just to give it variety. Once I line everything out, I try to put a thick outline on the character and some of the forms that I want to stick out most. And then once that's done, I draw in where the shadows are going to be. Then I'll color in the shadows. And then once that's done, I'll throw little details on top of that, and then that's it. So again, it's like a 15-20 minute sketch. More notes, more gesture stuff. Again, to me, gesture is everything. Gives you your basic feel, all that stuff. Here's some more notes on character designing. Playing with different body types, different body styles, stuff like that. Here's a good one too. Like if you guys like that real cartoony look feel, like what you do is you draw out the basic shape, and then you break it down into its basic forms. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Once you draw those parts out, you draw and you mess with the proportion, and it'll give you a different feel. Again, it's not the best drawing, but it's just a concept that can probably help you guys out. Again, so what I did with an airplane, standard airplane, my version of an airplane. So, basic cartooning stuff that I learned from books and just looking at other videos on YouTube. More art stuff, more sketches. Again, more sketches. Again, this is the best, cheapest way that I can do artwork without having to, throw a lot of dollars on materials and stuff like that, because that scanner works out great. So whenever I scan it, I just convert it to newsprint, and then it prints out pretty nice. There's more gestural stuff, more gestures.